Recording in progress. Recording in progress.
Hello, good morning. What an awesome day. I just wanted to welcome you to the Unblocked Voice live experience. It's awesome to have you here. I'm Alicia Rios. I'm a Unblocked Voice coach. I help people emotionally unblock their voice so they feel more confident and calm when they're expressing themselves. About 5 years ago, I found out that I was expecting my daughter, and instantly I went into panic and fear mode. Like, what if my daughter inherits my speech impediment or stuttering? I mean, I obviously know how challenging life can be. So I really wanted to protect her from that. And I knew everything that I was doing wasn't working. And I just wanted to know why. So I did a deep dive on why. And I just wanted to share with you what I found. So, who here wants to finally stop hiding and start fully participating in their lives? Who here wants to stop letting their voice control their lives? Who here wants to feel safe enough to be themselves when they speak? So, the first step in unblocking your voice is to become aware, right? So, you discover what's really blocking your voice. Most people think that their stutter is the problem, but it's not. It's your nervous system protecting you. So, if you begin by identifying the triggers, the fear patterns, the emotional responses, and the speaking situations like talking on the phone, meeting new people, maybe public speaking or interviewing, and your self-limiting beliefs about yourself and your voice. After you identify them, you stop blaming yourself and your voice. Then you begin to regulate, which means after you identify what's really blocking your voice, you create safety in the body through nervous system regulation. Can anyone tell me what your mind and body's job is? So the body's job is to protect us, right? So as we experience life, events, thoughts, and emotions get stuck in the body, and the body perceives it as being unsafe. So sometimes we go into hiding mode, sometimes we avoid certain speaking situations because of fear of how we might sound or fear of how people will react or judge us. So our body protects us by blocking our voice. Maybe you were bullied severely as a kid. Our body remembers all that. And I hear a lot from my clients, well, Alicia, that's in the past, like I've let all that go. But I guarantee you that your body remembers. Excuse me. So your body and your subconscious mind remembers that. And it goes into fight or flight every time you go to speak, because it remembers being bullied. It remembers reactions of other people. And so when you're stuck in fight or flight, you're not free to verbalize, right? Your body doesn't feel safe using its voice. So after you create safety in the body through nervous system regulation, your body begins to calm. You reduce activation of the fight or flight response. You release tension around the jaw and the mouth, and your breathing naturally improves. You build regulation and resistance, which means by repetitively allowing your body to relax and not perceive it as being unsafe to speak, you're naturally just going to reduce the tension, which will help you speak more naturally. It goes out of fight or flight response, right? And you begin to feel more present while speaking. So then, fear stops controlling your voice, which for most people, fear is the main emotion blocking their voice. They're afraid to fully show up as themselves. They're afraid to express their thoughts and opinions, in conversations, so they kind of hold back and let other people speak, and they don't express themselves openly. So then, after you regulate your nervous system and your body finally feels safe speaking, you begin to release the emotions behind your voice. So you let go of the emotional weight behind your stutter and your voice. And you do this by letting go of years of shame, embarrassment, rejection, frustration, self-judgment, and all of that gets accumulated in the body. So we have meridian points in our body that stores specific emotions, and when they're left there and they're not released, our body stores them, and your body remembers. It feels the shame, it feels the rejection, and it keeps you stuck. And then after you process and release them, speaking no longer carries the same emotional charge. So after you eliminate all of these negative emotions, your voice naturally begins to relax. Then, after you process and release the emotional charge behind your voice, you begin to reconnect with your body. And you begin to build trust in your voice, with your voice. So you go from seeing your voice as an enemy into knowing that your voice belongs, that it's powerful, that you are able to express yourself boldly, authentically. You don't have to hide anymore, that you are worthy of being heard and seen. And so you begin to develop self-trust, self-acceptance, confidence in your voice, and emotional resilience, which means things are going to happen, right? You're going to go to have conversations, or you're going to go in for the interview, or you're going to go to the meeting, and the responses of others isn't going to have that effect on you anymore, because you are so calm in your body and you are so secure in your voice and who you are, that the opinions and reactions of others isn't going to matter anymore. It's like becoming the version of yourself that has shifted into acceptance mode. One of the things that I get asked all the time by my clients is, how do I improve my confidence? And my answer to that is safety in the body. Your body will not allow you to verbalize itself if it does not feel safe. So you can use all the techniques in the world, all of the devices, but if your body does not feel safe expressing itself, being heard and seen, it's physically not going to let you. So then after you do that, you stop fighting your voice. And what I found is, once you stop fighting your voice and trying to control your speech, natural fluency comes. For me, I spent years trying to control my voice. So the easy onsets, the breathing techniques, and I got so caught up in trying to control my voice that I lost a sense of who I was and the message that I was trying to express to the person that I was talking to, because I was so stuck in trying to control that I wasn't allowing my voice to flow and just be natural, right? So then after you stop fighting your voice, you shift into feeling free to express yourself and live fully, to show up for life, to apply for your dream job, and you begin to speak up, share ideas and opinions, participate fully in your life despite your stuttering. You begin taking opportunities and being visible, which a lot of people are afraid to be seen and heard. Maybe you were told at a very young age that kids are meant to be seen and not heard. One of the things behind the voice is one of the metaphysical reasons behind having a stutter is someone took away your voice. For me, my voice was taken away at a very young age. I didn't start stuttering until I was 7, and that's actually really late. Normally, if you have an inherited stutter, it manifests a lot earlier than that. So when I was 7, my dad actually made me feel like my voice didn't matter, and that every time I would go to speak, he would say, "Stop that." And then that made me hide, like, my dad doesn't accept my voice. And through the work that I do, I was able to pinpoint that. Like, I had no idea. Like, growing up, I didn't remember that. And then before I knew it, I'm 35, and I'm like, well, like, why did it come about? Like, I could easily say, like, it manifested because I was a preemie at birth. I had a stroke at birth. But I'm here to tell you, even if you have an inherited speech impediment or something happened at birth, I'm here to tell you that by releasing the memories of the past and all of the emotions from the body, your body will eventually relax and allow you to speak more fluently. Safety is key. It's the answer to everything. It's the answer to why you go into speech therapy and then the second you leave, everything just goes out the window, or why you don't stutter when you're alone, or when you sing, or when you get really pissed off. Most people don't stutter as much. It's a nervous system response, and your body and your mind need to be calm. So then after you are expressing yourself fully and authentically, your voice becomes a tool for communicating instead of something you hate or fear. So the first step to a truly emotionally unblocked voice is aware, then regulate, release, reconnect, and express. And you're going to shift from a blocked voice, a voice that doesn't feel safe and confident speaking, to a free voice. And what most people are doing is they are chasing fluency. And what they really want is a free voice. They want freedom. They want emotional freedom. And they want to feel so connected in their body. They want to stop hiding who they are, and they want to feel so empowered and safe in who they are, that they can just express themselves freely and openly despite their stuttering. I used to have a really severe stutter growing up. I remember being in a spelling bee in school, actually, and it was in an auditorium. The whole school was there, and I blocked really bad. I actually got hung up on the word convenience. And I remember people laughing at me. So, like, that core memory was stored in my mind and body for years. Even though I didn't, like, carry it around with me day to day, my body remembered. And when I released the memory and the emotional charge behind it, my body perceives, okay, well, that happened, but now you can move forward. So after you do these 5 steps, you're going to feel calmer, more confident, more present in your body. You're going to feel more seen and heard, and you're going to be able to live a really authentic and bigger life. So can anyone guess? So now that your voice is free, can anyone guess what the next challenge is going to be? Yeah, yep, absolutely. So now that your voice is free, you are going to be questioning, well, now what? I have this free voice and I'm ready, but I've been hiding who I was, and I've been hiding behind my stuttering so long and trying to control everything. You're going to wonder what the next step is. And in my Unblocked Voice program for my premium clients, the clients that want total transformation, they want the identity shift from seeing themselves as a stutterer to being someone who's confident and calm and so sure of who they are, that their voice is just free. I actually give you, as a bonus, for my 12-week Unblocked program, I'm going to give you my Manifest and Sparkle program. I actually wrote a book called That Makes My Eyes Sparkle. I actually wrote it a couple of years ago, so that I could teach my daughter about gratitude and manifestation, finding clarity for what you want in life. So I actually give you that program as one of my 12-week premium clients. And let's see. So that is that's the short version of my program and everything that you're going to get in it. But as a thank you for sticking around and hearing the steps on how to unblock your voice, I'm actually going to take you through a somatic practice now that is going to help you release emotions from your voice, and that is my gift to you. All right, so the first point I want you to go to is the eyebrow point. So take your index finger and your middle finger on both hands, and go right in between your eyebrow points. And let me back up a little bit. So the breathing technique that we are going to use is a inhale through the nose, followed by an exhale, a short and a long exhale. So it looks like this. I did send you that in the email, so hopefully everyone got to familiarize themselves with it before we got on the call. But yeah, so let's just go back to the point. So go on both sides of your eyebrows, and I invite you to close your eyes. And I want you to ask your body to focus on releasing any trauma that is associated with your stuttering, and take in the breath and do the release. Perfect. So the next point I want you to go to is your under eye point with both hands, please. And I invite you to close your eyes. And I want you to ask your body to focus on releasing any fear, obsessive worry, and anxiety that is connected to your stuttering, and take in the breath and do the release. Perfect. So the next point we're going to go to is the nose. So take your index finger and your middle finger under your nose, and I invite you to close your eyes. And I want you to ask your body to release any victim mentality, lack of trust in yourself and others, lacking courage to move forward, lack of reassurance, and disempowerment that is connected to your stuttering, and take in the breath and do the release. Okay. Amazing. So the next point I want you to go to is the chin. And I invite you to close your eyes. And I want you to ask your body to release any shame, feeling vulnerable, lacking self-love, self-esteem, self-respect, and self-confidence that is associated with your stuttering. And take in the breath and do the release. Okay. And the next point we're going to go to is the collarbone point. So if you go about a half an inch below your collarbone, you're going to feel around and find your sore spots, they're called, and you're going to hold it there. And I invite you to close your eyes. And I want you to ask your body to focus on releasing any primal fear, isolation, flight or fight, or lack of security and comfort that is associated with your stuttering, and take in the breath and do the release. Perfect. The next point we're going to go to is your liver. So if you could take your right hand, kind of like a claw, and you're going to put your thumb underneath your last bone of your rib cage on your right hand side, and you're going to hold right there. And I invite you to close your eyes. And I want you to ask your body to focus on releasing any anger that is associated with your stuttering, and take in the breath and do the release. Okay. Now we're going to go to your little finger. So we're going to go to the inside nail bed of your little finger with those two fingers of your right hand again. So it looks like that. And I invite you to close your eyes. And I want you to ask your body to release any heartache, heart anger, hurt by people you love, and anger at yourself that is connected to your stuttering, and take in the breath and do the release. Okay. And we have two more points. So the next one is the back of the hand. It's actually the tendon in between your little finger and your ring finger. If you could hold that or rub it. And I invite you to close your eyes. And I want you to ask your body to focus on releasing any stress or difficulty in expressing emotions that is connected to your stuttering, and take in the breath and do the release. Okay. How is everyone doing? Okay, great. All right. And the next point I want you to go to is the side of the hand. So it's this little meaty part right below your little finger. Hold it, please, or tap. And I invite you to close your eyes. And I want you to focus on releasing any refusal to accept change or holding on to negative thoughts and emotions that are connected to your stuttering. And take in the breath and do the release. So, what we actually did was like a little preview of the first session that you would get in my program. We release all of the emotions from your body that's connected to your stuttering. There's actually more, um, but a part of the process that I use is we actually ask your body through muscle testing, the time frame that your body manifested. So maybe it came from a past life or the womb or the present or even the future. Um, so we ask the body where it came from, and then we ask what points in the body does these emotions need to be released. It's a really powerful method, and you might ask, like, why can't I just go through all of the points? Well, you can, but the thing is the more clarity that you get by asking your body, the more you're able to tune into it and get some answers. So I've had clients do this process with me, and they will get like a memory pop in their head that they just completely forgot about, or they'll have a emotion. I've had people cry. I've had people burp. Yeah, and all of that is completely normal. It's your body's way of releasing the emotion at each point. Yeah, so that is the process. And then after we talk about each thing that came up, we actually shift into EFT tapping to further release the emotion. So it's a really powerful process. I've had clients have complete identity shifts. I actually had a client last week DM me and say, Alicia, the way that I am feeling right now, people have to be under the influence. Well, she actually used the word drunk. The way that I'm feeling right now, people have to get drunk to feel. And it kind of made me giggle because, yeah, like those emotions aren't in your body anymore. Like, you are going to feel euphoric. You are going to feel calmer and are amazing. Like, to fully have a unblocked voice is just the most empowering thing in the world. To be able to show up for your life despite your stuttering. I mean, that's what everyone wants. So I am actually going to drop the link to my Unblocked Voice identifier in the comments, or in the DM. It's a short questionnaire that you fill out with very specific questions that I will be able to identify what is emotionally keeping your voice blocked. And by clearing all that, you're going to come out on the other side and you're not even going to recognize yourself. It is so amazing. It has completely changed my life. I'm showing up in ways that I didn't even think I was ever going to do. I mean, I'm on a event right now with you. I never thought I would be able to do this. And yeah, so fill out the identifier and we will book a call to chat. And I'll tell you exactly what I think is blocking your voice. Does anyone have any questions for me or comments? Let me see. Let me look at the chat. Yeah, so one of the feedback that I get from most people is that they feel really tired afterwards. Yeah, it's because your body is relaxing and it's becoming calm. It's no longer holding on to all of these emotions, and that's why people commonly feel tired after. So I should let you know that be really gentle on yourself for the next 72 hours. Different emotions and thoughts and memories might pop into your head. Drink a lot of water because your body is flushing. Yeah, so just drink a lot of water, take a nap if you need to. And if you are a journaler, journal anything and everything that came up, and we can actually discuss that when you book a call after you fill out the Unblocked Voice identifier. Yeah, so that was it. I'm going to let everyone go. Feel free to reach out to me. My email address is Alicia Rios at transformhealgrow.com, or you can send me a DM. Yeah, so let me see. I'll just pop the, I'll pop the identifier right now in the chat. Give me 1 minute. Let's see. So that's the identifier. It could also be found on my website, www.transformhealgrow.com. It has more details about my program. I have a really powerful subliminal meditation that's only 20 minutes long that could totally rewire your subconscious to feel safe speaking. I've had a lot of people have results from that. I have the Unblocked Voice Activation, which is a more extended version of what we did today. But I also have the Unblocked Voice system, which is a series of, I think, 10 videos that I recorded for each area of stuttering that people might struggle with. So I have public speaking, releasing fear, releasing anger, identity change. I mean, this system is self-paced. So you can just pop it on, do it, and you're going to feel so awesome. So that's a tool that I give all this in my programs. So when you sign up with me as a client, I just give you everything. So fill out the identifier and book a call with me. And I look forward to chatting with you again. It's so awesome to see everyone here. All right, have a good day.